Hello, Jason. Today I'm coming to you from the darkest timeline, where it's also Wednesday, March 5th. Now, as I'm sure you remember, you rolled a die to make one of your selections for the Oscars, and in doing so, you created 6 distinct universes, each with their own causes and consequences. Now, I know that such a seemingly innocuous act doesn't appear to have far-reaching consequences, but in fact it does. For example, in the universe created when you rolled the number associated with the shortest named entry, you ended up staying awake for 3 minutes longer. 3 minutes longer awake meant 3 minutes more tired, which meant 6 minutes more sleep, which made you miss your bus the next morning. But we both know how Ottawa is. If you miss one bus, there's another one coming in 5 minutes. However, since you got on the second bus rather than the first one, your entire life was 5 minutes behind. Being 5 minutes behind, when you bought your first Tim Hortons roll-up-the-rim coffee, you got a different cup. And on the cup that you rolled the rim of in the shortest name timeline, you ended up winning a free donut. Like I said, causes and consequences. But then there's this timeline, the darkest timeline, and in this timeline you didn't roll any of the options. In fact, in this, the darkest timeline, when you went to roll the die, it bounced off of your table, flew up into your face, and got lodged in your throat, causing your untimely demise in the end of the Rad Bromance project. Since your untimely demise,
the juvenile delinquent, words time.
And so basically, if you take the 3 and carry the remainder, you can get to the point where you... Since that time, I've gone through what I believe to be the appropriate stages of grief. Stage 1, sadness. Stage 2, denial. Stage 3, the growing of a construction paper beard. Stage 4, the completely unnecessary but self-motivated removal of one's own arm. And of course, Stage 5, the refusal to accept reality. But before I get to that, let me tell you about the consequences of the death of the Rad Bromance project through your death. Without adequate distraction, one of our viewers decided that it was time to take matters into their own hands. Now, I know that you and I like to think that our viewership has above-average intelligence, but one of our viewers is a freaking mad scientist. And, completely distraught by the death of his favorite YouTube show, he decided to blow up the sun. Hence, the darkest timeline. Now, back to my refusal to accept reality. I've decided to cut through the dimensional walls, reaching into your timeline in order to attempt to save the Rad Bromance in my universe. Now, it took some doing, but I spent my time scouring the earth for Darkest Timeline Abed and Darkest Timeline Troy, and when I found them, I learned their secrets for jumping between timelines. Using their technology, so far I've only been able to broadcast myself over YouTube into your universe, but soon enough I'll have enough power to send my entire physical form. Once I cross over into your timeline, I need only eliminate Lame Steve to take his place. And then I can start spreading darkness all over an entirely new universe. And there's nothing you can do to stop me.
For a second in order to line this up.
And that will eventually lead to my checkmate. So now you have a detailed plan of exactly what I intend to do for my next several moves in chess. And it all starts with knight from g4 to e3.